welcome to another episode of the Nonstop Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Morning, everybody.
And we don't like to mince words on this podcast, so to that end, what are we doing today, Rick?
Steven Universe, Season 2, Episode 19, When It Rains. 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really adorable as well, because he always looks sort of mildly frustrated that he's getting his head rubbed, but as soon as everyone's got their hand on his head, he just smiles.
Yeah. When everyone's had their tussle, it's time for a smile.
Yeah. When it rains, it pours, is the saying, so is that going to be what this episode's about? It's one of these weird scenarios where if there is a big old killy thing that kills with impunity, it's at that point that you drop your prejudices against other people who could potentially be allies.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot to ask for. Even if they didn't destroy them, that is a lot to ask for.
Yeah, maybe one arm is good enough, but yeah. So they've already got a parlay going with Steven for using the toilet, but...
It's a good thing he's not had to go number 2 yet. We assume. Boy, just for those who don't know, Rick used to like doing this randomly, even when I first met him, of just calling people crystal clods, and I didn't know why at the time.
I forgot that I used to do that.
It was when we were playing Destiny as well. That's how long ago it was.
Man.
Aww. Oh! Oh, that's precious. That's an adorable reaction. I didn't realise they had a painting of Rose.
Yeah, they do. I think later on, when Steven goes through his existential crisis, he just takes it down.
Well, again, I've seen that screenshot of Spinal not Spinal, that's a character from Killer Instinct, Spinel, explaining the horrible shit that Rose did to her, and Steven just going, man, I can't believe my mother would do that. Waits half a beat. Actually, that sounds exactly like something she would do.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is absolutely precious.
She's actually a dog.
Oh, I can't call her Beep, but you can call her a dog. Oh, jeez, that's kind of sad, actually. Then again, I suppose that's a common problem nowadays. If people don't have information at their fingertips on their phone, they might just not know it.
Yeah. And when you don't know something, you have to fill in the gaps somehow.
Sometimes by talking bollocks.
Yeah.
Which is how come people who don't know a lot of things often come off as actually being quite intelligent, because all they do is they say shit that sounds correct, and they say it with enough confidence that why would anyone question it? He seems to know what he's talking about. And that's why people think vaccines don't work.
Yeah, it's it's why people like Joe Rogan.
Is Joe Rogan anti-vaccine nowadays?
I think it's a weird one where, as a person, he kind of is.
I don't like how we're talking about this really dumb fucking topic while this really powerful, important moment is happening.
He got hospitalized for COVID and he took ivermectin for it, but you know. She's not had fun before.
Well, for all intents and purposes, she's spent her entire life just working. This is actually a monumentous occasion that is clearly not an easy thing for Peridot to say.
You can tell that it wasn't easy because she had to take a breath before doing it.
Stephen, you can just let her tell you and then tell the gems yourself.
Yeah. Here's the thing, like, she wants to ally with Steven and not the gems.
Well, I also don't know what the official propaganda... Well, I kind of do. Isn't the official propaganda that the gems are who murdered Pink Diamond? So, isn't it in her eyes that they are rebellious terrorists and also murderers?
Yeah.
So I can kind of see where she's coming from for not wanting to join them. But at the same time, when there's a big killy monster in the sky, it's a time to set aside your fucking differences.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cute little wink.
That was a bad idea. That's adorable and so in line with Stephen's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I know Peridot is fucking small, but look how jacked her fucking arms are.
Yeah.
Well, proportions on her one arm is a bit off, but I'm not going to pick it. Animation's hard.
I do like how the injectors look like viruses.
I was just about to say the same goddamn thing, but you beat me by like half a second there. We're going to learn that Mother was a war criminal.
Yep. Yeah, this is back for when Mother had this as her first and only colony.
There are a few things I can... There's a lot of things in stories that I can forgive, but one of the things that always strikes a nerve with me is when there's experiments that are clearly Nazi-esque in scale.
Yeah, yep.
A time to find out that Mum was actually fucking, Joseph Mengele from space. Don't look up that man's name. If you don't know who it is already, you're going to have a bad time.
Unless you want to have the big sad.
It's really depressing. I'm a twin, so it hits a bit harder. Granted, I'm non-identical, but you know.
Yeah.
Man, that prick lived the rest of his days out in Argentina. There is no justice in the goddamn world. I want to say we bring up Nazis a lot, but I feel like it's actually fitting at the moment.
Well, I mean, we are talking about a space-spanning evil empire, so, you know.
It doesn't matter how sexy these rocks are, they are evil.
I mean, have you seen Nazi uniforms? They are pretty good looking.
Yeah, but it's usually really fucking machismo, ugly-looking dudes wearing them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a homosexual man, you're probably quite into that as well.
If you're a homosexual man, you're dead if you see one of those people.
Oh, totally. But, you know, snakes are sexy. They will kill you, but but they're sensual and they move like a wiggle.
I really don't know what to say to that. Because I don't want to fuck a snake.
Oh, no. But they have a sensual wiggle.
I don't think that's true, but then again, I'm also thinking of Mia.
Yeah, true.
By the way, how fucking lazy is that dude when he named the main characters?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It took me a while, but like, there's obvious ones like Centauria and Rhaenyra. It's like, okay, they're kind of at least a bit subtle, but then you look at fucking Mia, and it's just like, you literally just took the LA off.
Yeah.
You lazy fuck.
Poppy the Hoppy.
Ah.
And some of them are actually named by Pappy. So, Sue Lime, and Key is literally just the word for tree. So yeah, they're like in story.
Sorry, why is Peridot's head so big in this scene? It's not normally that big, is it?
It kind of is. I think they just made her body thin.
Yes, maybe so. Ooh, those they are hideous, but hey, it's gonna stop me from getting smashed.
Something useful. Play Marble Madness.
I used to love that game.
Yeah.
I didn't like Super Monkey Ball very much, but that's because it controlled weird. Because you weren't moving the ball in Super Monkey Ball. You were moving the world. It was odd.
Yeah.
Man, that's terrifying. Is there a more reassuring sentence than "We're coming" from Garnet?
Because you know she is.
And you know she can handle about 9/10 of the problems in the universe.
Yeah.
He technically did. I can literally see the character growth glowing around her. Speaking of glowing, a weird thing happened in Amphibia in the season finale of season 2. What the fuck? Why would you end it there? Oh, I'm bothered.
To tease your little cock.
Oh. Fuck, what a prick tease.
So yeah, I liked that episode. It was a good follow-on from the one that came before it, and it's a very good garden for character development.
It was fine. I always get bothered when things are left on an obvious cliffhanger. But they couldn't have run like 2 minutes longer. The answer's no, because Cartoon Network, but still. So, Rick, do you have a favourite moment?
Here's the thing.
Boy, I hate it when you start a sentence like that.
I don't know if I do, because there were a lot of decent moments, but I think just going through the garden, through the kindergarten, and just seeing the relics of the past were a good establishing shot for the purposes of this season. But yeah, how about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
Peridot stepping out into the rain. It was a very sweet, albeit short moment, and it tugged at the heartstrings.
Yeah.
But yes, time to get to the actual important question, for it affects our all-important leaderboard, our Lord and Master. So, to that end, Rick, who's your MVP, buddy?
I think it's going to have to be Steven, because as much as Peridot has done the things in this episode, it's Steven that's been taking the risks and sticking his neck out on the line and just bridging the gap between terrorists and Empire.
Interesting choice of words.
It's extremist ways of seeing them, but yeah, that's pretty much what they are. But yeah, how about you? Did you have an MVP?
Yeah, it's got to be Peridot, really, because this entire episode was just, here's Peridot, the villain, and at the end it's like, here's Peridot, the future ancillary protagonist.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of character growth for that character, and I guess I'm finding out I've got quite a soft spot for the adorable little green alien.
It's one of those things where, in other nerd parlance, the end of that conversation, a little card appears on the screen and goes, I am thou, thou art I.
Oh, jeez. Man, I'd play a Persona game where you had gems as your personas.
Dude, yeah.
I think we're getting sidetracked. Thanks for watching the end of our most recent Nonstop review, and join us next week where we continue our adventures, well, in Steven Universe, and hopefully wrap up the Peridot saga, but I'm going to assume it doesn't get finished in next episode.
Oh, it doesn't get finished, but yeah, it continues. Join us again for another Nonstop review. Bye-bye!